Hello, welcome back to the channel. So we're getting started working on this American Flyer 425 body that I put a Lionel motor in, and right now I'm just working on making a front truck for it. So this is an original front truck that goes on the other one we did. Just using it as a template. So first thing I did was took some masking tape and laid over this piece here and trimmed it all out with a razor knife. Put the tape onto the metal I'm using and cut this piece out to match this one. Basically it's a 16 gauge sheet steel. And just, like I said, transferred with a piece of tape that pattern onto a piece of steel, and used a Dremel gun and hand tools and a drill, for the holes. But we got this one piece cut out. Matches that one there. So now we got to do the other one, and the flat pieces, that are basically bent for the axle and to attach it to the body, those should be fairly easy. So I'm doing these first, just to make sure I can get those made. I could have just used some other kind of truck on here and attached it, but I thought, why not just try to duplicate the original? So that's where we're at with it. We'll keep working on it. So here's where we're at on making this front truck. We pretty well got it done. This is the original one, and this is the one I made. You can see mine are a little bit thinner, like here. And I had to shave them down a little bit to get them to have enough room. Maybe I got the rivets a little farther apart back here, maybe a little closer there, but so I did have to, thin them down just a little bit, but they swing pretty good. They'll go that far. This one, maybe just a little farther, it'll make it. But I don't think it needs to swing nowhere near that far. I had ordered wheels. I think I still got 4 more left, but I ordered those from Trains. Trains.com. I don't remember how much they were exactly. $1.40 a piece is for the wheels. I had a few axles. I actually looked today when I went to buy this metal for some, small bar stock, but they were out of the size I needed, so. But I had an axle out of something that fit it, so. Anyway, we're going to put it in the locomotive and test this, and if this works, then we'll move on to making push rods for it, and then we'll probably strip the locomotive apart and repaint it. But I want to get everything fabricated to make sure everything's going to work the way I want it to first. So we'll get it in the locomotive and test it. So we got this put on here, getting ready to test it. Seems to work pretty good on there. I don't really think it needed to swing anymore. Looks like that'll work good enough. So let's go ahead and test it. So here's first test. Front truck. So I think it's going to work just fine. I was concerned it might not have enough movement because I got the rivets a little tight in it, but the wheels are solid on the track for the locomotive. So, and the wheels are down in the track good, so I think we're fine on that. I used this rear truck on this other one originally, but I think I've got this sitting a little lower, so I'm not sure it's going to work, but we're going to try to mount that on there next. So we'll get the rear truck on it and try that, and then we'll move on to push rods. I've looked at a few ideas on it. I'm still not set on what I'm going to do on the push rods, but I'm concerned this may not work because it seems like it's lower, but I put this back to back with the other one and they look the same, but something just doesn't seem right unless it's having to go up in there farther. I think I can tap that engine frame right there and just screw it right to that. Yep, so let's get that mounted on there and we'll test that. So we got this rear truck mounted. Just drilled a hole in the motor chassis, threaded that, and got a screw up in it. I did have to cut some off the bottom of these skirts here to give it room. It's just low enough. If you can see, this original one has that little, has that little extra piece right under there. I just shaved that off of this one. We don't really need it. It's not an original locomotive anyway, so. But I tested this once without shaving that off and it didn't work, so let's see if this works. So I think that's gonna work. I got enough clearance there. Everything seems to be working out so far. So next thing, on to the push rods. I think I'll probably work on that some tomorrow. I'm about done for the day, I think. It took me like 3 hours to fabricate that front truck, so I'm gonna quit for the day. Got the other one back on its original. Anyway, guys, I think that's it for the day, and we'll work on it some more tomorrow. So thanks for watching.